talking about smart pointers or whatever, we're gonna have to talk about stack and heap, right? Okay, so when you declare a variable regularly, this is probably okay. This says this is C sharp, but doesn't matter. I'll give you an example in Rust or whatever, right? So when you declare a variable like so, um, basically regularly, it's going to declare this on the stack. Now the thing is, the stack has limits to it, right? And I'm looking on Stack Overflow. We're going to compare this to C, and it says GCC has a 2 MB reserve limit, right? So what that means is you don't want to have a Stack Overflow. So you want to extend, like, if you have a large variable, maybe it's a file that you want held into a picture, a video, or whatever. You're going to want to store that on the heap. The heap is where basically the rest of the memory is. The operating system is going to manage wherever it's going to put it. But in the stack, it's going to put it in a sequential order, and then, like I said, there's a limit. Okay, so like you see here, they're making a new class, and it's going to create a variable it's going to create a pointer that points to an object in memory on the heap. I hope that's making sense. I'll give you a couple more examples. Okay. Now, what Rust has is there's a couple different type of pointers, right? But it's in the class of what we call smart pointers, okay? And the first one we're going to talk about is box. Okay, box is the type of smart pointer. You can hold any value in it, but when you initialize a value or a class, not a class, a struct, or variable with box, it automatically stores it on a heap, right? You see how how they're declaring this box here, and this will now be stored on a heap. Okay, and it has the extra added benefit of when you declare a box, it's a smart pointer for a reason. So once this variable goes out of scope, it automatically deletes itself, right? It That's just one of the features of smart pointers. Smart pointers are really nothing new. They're also in C++, right? And you can see basically the equivalent in C++ is unique pointer. Okay, so and here's a little example here, and this is the benefit of doing that. So you don't have what's called the dangling pointer, which causes memory leaks, right? That's why they consider Rust a safe language, because of its smart pointers and its way of handling memory. Okay, so then now we're going to get into some examples. Okay, all right, I'm not going to type these out this time because I already made these together, right? So in this example, we're putting an employee into a box called Tom. I made an enum for all the positions: manager, supervisor, cog, a peon, whatever. And yeah, so this is just gonna make sure. This is gonna make sure, putting in a box is gonna make sure that it's stored on a heap. I am putting it as mutable, and you can still, manipulate the names and manipulate the properties inside of it. Let me bring up a terminal here. Okay, what was this called? Box 2. BLXT. Oh no, I gotta go to tutorial. That's box 2. Okay. And you can see, it prints it out that way, right? Have access to everything. Okay, and here's like a practical application right here, right? All right, and what this is a flat file, right? Say you want to store a flat file that was comma separated, and then every new record is a new line, right? So we have basically the header. I put that on here, right? And we make it into a string, and because it's mutable, we're able to change this, and it's going to be stored in memory, so we can access this throughout the program, right? And what we got here going is we're going to borrow it. We're going to borrow it as mutable. We're going to borrow this value, this string inside, as mutable, and then we're going to push this string onto it, right? So it's going to be Bob 37 from Plainfield, New Jersey, and then we're going to do it again just to have some records in there, and then we'll print it out, right? So we'll put box 3. Okay, so we got that as a smart pointer. All right, and I just want to show you guys. I'll put this down in the notes, right? Where'd I have this article? I'll put this article up. Okay, and now I want to show you guys this article right here. I'll put this. I'll link this below, so that you guys can check this out, right? And basically, what this guy is saying in this article is in the early days of Rust, because I couldn't figure out what the reason was for a box when you have vectors and strings are also stored on a heap, right? So vectors and hash maps and, so I was like, okay, it's a smart pointer. But what he's saying here is that basically box is something that's for backwards compatibility. Because in the beginning, they didn't have vectors and string that were stored on a heap. They only had the box. Right, I'm gonna link to this article so you can check it out or whatever, right? And that's basically what he's saying, because you can pretty much accomplish the same thing, like that flat file deal, just by using a string, and it's gonna be stored on a heap as well, right? Or creating, you can create an object. There's some other pointers we're gonna get into later. I think I'm gonna do the reference count pointer next. So just watch out for that. But here's some more reading, and then here's another guy. I'll put a link to this one. His name is Kevin Hoffman. What is this guy's name so I can say this guy's name in the video? About me. How are you gonna put an about me and not put your name up there? Oh, I'm gonna botch this. Manish Gore, whatever, his blog. this guy right here. I'm sorry, guy, man. I can't pronounce your name. All right. Then we have this guy Kevin Hoffman as well, right? And what he does in this is a nice article to read as well. And he does a key value store in memory. I decided to try to do a flat file, but he does a key. This is a very good article to get you understanding a little bit more about boxing and and things like that. All right, so I hope you guys are getting a good understanding, but if you really just break it down, boxes are just smart pointers that are like unique pointer. A pointer in C is a pointer in C is basically a box. Okay, we'll get into the other pointers. I'm going to do all of them, so stay tuned. Thank you.